Hi everybody, welcome to another video. This is Afro Millennial Mama here. I am chilling in the sun at my parents' house. They have a lovely backyard, so I've been coming here to relax, pretend I'm on vacation somewhere. Let me show you. They have a waterfall back here. Let me show you real quick. I don't know if you can see. It sounds so nice. There's an airplane going by, so it's kind of loud, but there it is. Isn't that cool? Forgive the movement. I'm on a little porch swing thing. But yeah. Okay, I'm back. So, I wanted to make a video. I wrote stuff down, but I don't like to read stuff to you guys because I feel like we're friends, we're homies. It should be like a regular conversation. So I'm just gonna go off the dome and tell you some things that I feel like as we're getting closer to making this transition happen. I started to think about things I would miss. I went to a restaurant, a Brazilian restaurant the other day. It was my husband and our 10th anniversary, and so we decided to try to go out to eat. We haven't been out to a restaurant since the beginning of this year, and so we went. It was really cool, and the restaurant, they were playing this music. I think they were playing old school music, but it was like music. It was Latin music that I grew up listening to. I'm from Los Angeles, so you're exposed to a lot of different cultures, but mainly Mexican American culture. And so I think they played Mana, and they played this song that I hadn't heard in a long time, and I was like, oh, I miss this song. And then they played another song, and I was like, oh, I missed that. And I said, they're not gonna have that in Senegal when we go. I don't think anybody really knows anything about Mexican culture over there. Other than when I go, people ask me, his friends always ask me why I speak Spanish, because I've been teaching my daughter. And so they're like, oh, Mexico is right next door. And I'm like, yes, but it's also in our backyard because there's a lot of influence. This used to be Mexico. So I told them that, and they're like, oh, okay, but so it's quite far. So I'm like, oh, I won't be able to get tacos and enchiladas and chile relleno. And I started thinking about different things. I'm like, dang, even things that I'm not really a fan of, I still would miss the element of it just being around. Like, I don't listen to mariachi or anything like that, but I do be bumping when people have their parties and some cumbia comes on. Like, my neighbors have a party and I'm like, oh shoot, so I'm like, dang, I'm gonna miss that. So I started playing some cumbia when we got home from the restaurant and made me a little playlist. I was like, okay, I gotta make sure I take this part of my upbringing when I go. And then so it just kind of led to other things. I'm like, dang, okay, do they have Jamaican food there? Do they have? And I think in Gambia there's a couple of Caribbean people that may be from the UK original, like their origins are Caribbean, but they by way of the UK. So I heard that there was like a Jamaican restaurant in Gambia, so I might have to find it and drive all the way there and indulge myself, because I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do without? I'm so spoiled. I'm gonna have to learn how to make jerk chicken and learn how to make tortillas from scratch, because like I grew up, my mom made enchiladas. I didn't even know enchiladas was a Mexican dish. I just thought everybody eats it here. So you take stuff for granted, and then it's like, dang, I never learned how to make stuff. I'm not gonna be able to buy tortillas in the store. But so that's a big part of something that I miss, is just that element of culture. I know every time I go on vacation to a place where there isn't any Latin influence or very little, when I come back to the Los Angeles airport and I hear Mexican Spanish being spoken, I'm like, oh, my people. So, but it's real, like home, you miss it. So I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I bring all my music. So I bought a record player, I bought a couple of records just for fun. I mean, I have CDs And so I'm gonna make sure I have a CD player, because you don't always want to use your phone for stuff. And you know, if you don't have the internet or whatever, you might not be able to access everything on YouTube all the time. So I said I have to have my music playing all the time. Like, once I get my car, I'm planning to get a car eventually, so I can drive myself in Senegal. And I'm like, I'm gonna be bumping Tupac and, you know, and cumbia and rock en español, whatever it is. You know, so that's one of the things, that being able to relate to people on with things like that. It's like a song will come on and you'll be like, yeah, and nobody else feels what you feel, because they're not from where you're from. So it's like you feel kind of alone. I was in Senegal when Prince passed away, and nobody knew who he was. Like, you have to show them a picture and they're like, oh, okay. So it's like you just feel like, okay, that's somebody in my culture that's really big and iconic, even though I didn't listen to music that much. But just, it means a lot, and you kind of feel alone in those moments. So it's interesting. Another thing I think I said I would miss is what did I say I would miss? Oh, mostly has to do with cultural stuff. I'll miss Thai food, a lot of food, music, concerts. Like, I could go to concerts, but it's gonna take me a while to learn the different artists and music and that people like. And I mean, I don't know if any reggae artists come to Senegal often. I'm sure they do. I'll have to find out when I can go to a concert. And I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of R&B, hip hop, because it's Anglophone and they're Francophone. But if I could ever bring like artists over there, I would love it to have, you know, with the little group of, you know, Black Americans that are there, and we just get together and invite some R&B singer like Sir, somebody, you know, to make us feel nostalgic, like remind us of home. What else will I miss? I think I will miss, I don't think I'll miss Amazon. I thought about that. At first I thought I would, but I'm buying everything I need now for the next 2 years. And then when I need more stuff, I'll come back. So I'll learn I think I can adapt to taking stuff slow. Was there anything else? Let me see. I will definitely miss my culture as an American of African descent. Like, African American culture is very rare to find it in other places. So it's not like, you know, if you go to the UK, you may find people from all over the world. If you go to China, you'll find people from Africa there. But like, if you anywhere in the world, you can't just go and find African Americans, specifically African Americans, in other places. So that community, you know, how we do American holidays like Thanksgiving and Juneteenth and you know, collard greens, mac and cheese and stuff like that. I have to learn how to make all those things if I ever want to taste them. I will miss I will miss mostly my cultural stuff, and also, but it's important that I bring those things with me for that reason. So I'm planning to bring my whole, like, I will be representing Inglewood, South Los Angeles to the fullest when I go there. I told my husband if we're planning on maybe having a farm, so I said if I have a horse, I'm naming my horse Inglewood, like, without a question. Like, everything we do over there, even some of the businesses might have, you know, some reference to where I'm from, and, you know, and my background, because I just have to carry it with me now, because, you know, it won't be there. But I think I'll be able to do it. I definitely miss like real gospel music. Like, to me, there's no music like our gospel music, even though I'm sure I'll find a church out there, they speak French. So I don't know how I'm gonna, I mean, if the feeling is not gonna be the same, and the music, I don't think it's like soulful type of gospel, but I have to bring that over there too. And who knows, maybe I'll start a Bible study group with whoever I meet there, or I don't know, we'll see what happens. But definitely, like, those feelings, being able to, I think it's the people, like being able to share commonality with other people and looking at them and know that they vibe with what you vibing with. It's like, you feel me, but like, you can say stuff. Oh, I'm gonna miss, another thing I'm gonna miss is my slang, our vernacular. Like, a lot of people try to talk like Black Americans, but it's not the same. Like, the accents be wrong, the emphasis on the wrong part of the word. Like, people say Tupac, or people say, I don't know, Snoop Dogg. It's like, it's Snoop. Like, you know, like certain stuff, it just gotta hit right. But I'll definitely be talking to my friends a lot and to y'all, so we can keep in touch and I can keep that part of myself, because I definitely want to pass that down to my daughter and future children. Like, I want them to know who we are. Like, we're very special people, and our culture is powerful. What we bring to the world, what we contribute, transcends like so many barriers, language barriers, country barriers, I don't want to say race, cultural barriers, and you know, ethnic barriers, all that. Like, everybody knows who, I always say, everybody knows who Jamaicans are, and everybody knows who Black Americans are, and our cultures are like some of the strongest in the world, if not the top two. You know, everybody knows Bob Marley and Michael Jackson. But yeah, so those are the things I was thinking about. Most of it is food and music, but it's mostly cultural stuff. It's not really the environment. You know, I feel like maybe that'll happen where I'll miss going to I know they have beaches. I don't think I'll miss anything outside of culture and food and all that, like the people. I definitely won't miss a lot of other things. I have to make a video about the things that I won't miss. If I could. I don't know if that'll fly, but we'll try. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that was just what I was thinking. I was chilling in the sun. I decided to reach out to y'all, and I will holler at y'all on the flip side. I'll see y'all later. You know what I say, we're the dopest, we the baddest, we the flyest, we the realest, we the coolest. Like, we just are. So I love y'all very much. I'm gonna keep this video short. I'll talk to y'all a little later. All right, peace out.